This is something I've learned from my business coach and is one of the biggest aha moments I've had recently. And it all has to do with feedback loops. Now, maybe you've heard of feedback loops. There are many different types and they show up in many different places. If you Google them, you'll find many different definitions of them. But how they show up in your business can actually affect the growth of your business or be its demise. In this video, we are talking about how you can leverage feedback loops to grow your business faster. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Liquid Digital Marketing Podcast. I am so glad you are here. Today, we are talking about using feedback loops to grow your business faster. Now, what the hell are feedback loops? All right, we're gonna get into that. But before we get into what a feedback loop is, I wanna share a story that I've had that I went through a situation where I've had this big aha moment in our business, and it was in front of me the whole time. So check this out. All right, so I have a business coach, and when we meet, I never really know exactly what we're going to talk about. So we were talking about how things were working and how well certain things in the business were performing, and how that was due to a repetition, and how creating this repetition and this what we would call routine in my daily routine has allowed me to implement certain things continuously into the business. And by doing that, I was able to get feedback, right? So if you do something once and you get feedback and you don't do it again for a very long time, you're not getting feedback regularly enough. If you create a routine where you're doing something consistently, you're getting consistent feedback. So I'm starting to describe what feedback is already. But back to the story. We're talking about this, and then she asked me the question, so this is working so well in your business, where else in your business can this be applied? Which led me to my aha moment and got me thinking about, where am I not giving these feedback loops, or where are these feedback loops missing in our business? And after I dug, I found a super obvious place of where they were missing, which I will get to the aha moment here in a little bit. Let me jump over to what the hell a feedback loop is. So there are a ton of different types of feedback loops. So the definition would be, it is, information that you receive from an action or an event that happened. So a very basic elementary example would be getting burned. So you put your hand on, a hot surface and it burns you. Well, you get instant feedback, and that feedback is so big that you learn and you make that neural connection really fast, and you know that, okay, next time you're not going to make that same mistake. Where another example is, let's say a baby that is learning how to pick up a pencil. They're getting a lot of rapid feedback as they try and do different things. They're getting constant feedback, right? So they're trying something, feedback. Okay, let's take weight loss. Let's say you're trying to lose weight and you're doing this new exercise routine and maybe this new diet, and you're measuring your results. You're getting feedback off of what is working, right? So when you do a workout routine and, for a week, and you eat a certain way for a week, what kind of results did that bring? Or bodybuilding, right? So you're doing, trying to build muscles, and you're doing this bodybuilding routine. You're doing something, you're getting that feedback in time, right? But if you went to the gym, once in a while, or let's say you didn't measure or weigh yourself often enough, you don't know if you're losing weight, right? So let's say you're trying to lose weight and you're on this diet, and you're crushing it, but you're not weighing in, so you don't know. You still have this mindset that, I don't know, I'm probably still heavy and I'm not getting my goals because that's where I'm always at. But if you're not getting the feedback telling you that, hey, this is working, then you're not getting the feedback. That's feedback. Let's move into more business ideas, right? So in marketing, so I'll use TikTok as an example. Let's say you have two people. One person is going to post a TikTok once every day for 12 days. And then you have another individual that's going to post one TikTok once every month for 12 months. Well, obviously, the person that posts the 12 TikToks within 12 days is going to get the feedback faster than the guy that posts once every year. The guy that posted, in 12 days is going to be basically a year ahead of the guy that posted over a whole year. So really what we're talking about is the frequency in which you're getting the feedback you need to make the right decisions. Feedback loops. So most of the time, it's a system or it's a process that is generating a feedback loop, right? So if we're talking about like our marketing, or let's take your website, right? So we're trying to drive traffic to your website, and how are we going to know that we're doing that? Well, we're going to look at the analytics. Well, let's say we're doing all of this stuff and we only look at the analytics once every quarter. Well, it's going to be really hard to make the adjustments to grow fast, right? So let's say we were making changes and we checked it every week to every 2 weeks. So now we see, hey, this is working, this is not working, this is what we should focus on, this is what we should not focus on. Whereas if we looked every quarter, we're going to get that information then, and then we're going to grow, we're going to make changes, and then we're going to wait a whole another quarter before we look at it again, and then we're going to make those changes, and then we're going to grow from that. Right? So it's the frequency. The faster you get your data back, analyze it, adjust, and make the changes you need to make, the faster you can grow. All right. So let's get to the aha moment that I had. So my aha moment was when I realized as a leader in the company that I am the feedback loop, and that my leadership in giving feedback to support the rate of growth, well, it has to, the frequency has to support the rate of growth. Example, I give feedback, but I was giving feedback when feedback was needed, meaning probably there was a problem, right? So it was kind of problematic feedback. So here they are, the team is only getting my feedback when there was an issue. Well, and that's not good, because now I'm creating a situation where they're only going to hear from me when there's a problem. So if they want to hear from me, they need to have a problem. Also, I'm having this expectation of growth, right? I want the company to grow. I want them to grow. Well, if I'm the feedback loop, if I'm the one that's giving them the feedback of, hey, we're going in the right direction, or hey, this needs to be improved, or hey, this is a great job, hey, let's do more of this, hey, how can I help you? If I'm not there to give that back, but once a quarter or, something longer, they're not going to grow as fast as I need them to grow, as fast as they should grow, or as fast as the company is growing, right? It's going to start creating these issues within the company. And as a leader, I would have been the cause of it. Luckily, with the business coach, I was able to identify that it was an issue and fix it. So now I am able to identify, okay, I'm a feedback loop giver. I need to give back the feedback at the frequency that they need it. And not just negative or just positive, but, both types of feedback. So that was my aha moment. And I realized it luckily in time before it had any major issues. We do have a small team, luckily. So it wasn't, I'm sure this would have been exposed much earlier if we had this huge team, which, luckily, I'm able to fix that. So what I would recommend for you, a takeaway for this feedback loops, is do an audit of your own business, of what you're doing. Audit the systems that you're using. Make sure you identify yourself as a system, because you are, even if you are only a one-man show, you are a feedback loop to something. Right? So look at the systems and see where you can increase the feedback. See where you're giving feedback, see where you're getting feedback, and see where you can increase that to help you grow, help you understand, and help you know what you're doing right and what you need to improve on. And then you will grow much faster. And I'm going to leave you with this one last tip, and that is failing is feedback. So if you want feedback faster, fail faster. All right, so that wraps us up in this show this week of using feedback loops to grow your business faster. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, please share it. We'd love a review, and we'll see you in the next episode.